Another quick song here. I send my love over the mountains. I send my love over the sea. I send my love into the heavens, and it returns to me. Send my love. I send my love over the mountains. I send my love over the sea. I send my love into the heavens, and it returns to me. Send my joy. I send my joy over the mountains. I send my joy over the sea. I send my joy into the heavens, and it returns to me. Yeah. Send my joy over the mountains. I send my joy over the sea. I send my joy into the heavens, and it returns to me. Send my power. My power. I send my power over the mountains. I send my power. I send my power over the sea. I send my power. I send my power into the heavens, and it returns to me. I send my power over the mountains. I send my power. I send my power over the sea. I send my power into the heavens, and it returns to me. I send my love. I send my love over the mountains. I send my love over the sea. I send my love into the heavens, and it returns to me. It returns. It returns to me. And it returns to me.
Good morning and welcome to Unity Church. My name is Erin Reinhold, and I'm here as a member of the board and the current vice president of the board. So what we do at the beginning is say the mission statement of Unity. So I invite you to say with me if it's in the bulletin, back of the bulletin. All right, so let's go. The mission of the Unity Church in Albany is to awaken to and embrace the Christ in all persons through prayer and service. And now, the center in prayer. situations in life that requires us to open our hearts. I am a beloved child of God. I know that I am being taken care of. I know everything I need is now being revealed to me, and anything that I'm in need of is being provided. All I need to do is relax and be in a state of acceptance of God's gifts to me. And so I relax and open my heart to life because I am being held in the hands of a loving God. And in that state, everything is calling out. Every interaction, every seeming difficulty, every situation, every person that comes into my life, every sentient being. Everything is calling on me through interaction, through relationship. And my service to life is a quality of interaction that is spirit-led and wholehearted. I am a blessing everywhere I go. And now life transforms as a blessing, and I flow joyfully through the day in thankfulness to God. And now, the announcement. If there are any prayer chaplains here today, could you please stand up? No? Anybody else? So please, and Jack, yes. So please see them after the service. I don't have the name for the flowers, but let's at least this thanks in our spirits to whoever provided the flowers. There's a sign for pig here, but I don't know if they're related. Where is that? Empty. No, it's not. There's another one. That's empty. So where are the flowers from? The meditations between services have returned, so they're being held at 10:15. That is just a reminder. The fall membership class, Unity 101, starts today at the library at 1 p.m. And on Saturday, October 20th, please come at the church that we have a lot of activities. From 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. is our fall cleanup. From 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. is Cracking the Code, Healing Racism Film, Part 1. And it's hosted by 5 Beyond Racism Committee in the sanctuary. And this is on a love offering basis. We also have the coffee house, where we have an open mic, where you can come and share your talents and, of course, have fun. The performers are asked to come in early and sign up at like around between 6 and 7. and the cost is $5. It starts at 7 p.m. We have a prayer class and a chaplain training with Reverend Crystal and Dennis Ryan. This is a wonderful class. We did it a year ago, I think. This is the unity way of prayer is ultimately aimed at the experience of the divine and realization of a practitioner's divine potential. It starts October 24th and goes through November 28th at 7:15 in the fellowship hall. So this is which day of the week? Wednesday. 7:15. We're gonna have a Halloween party, yay, on Saturday, October 27th. It says contest aplenty. Right, so bring a chili making. Probably there's gonna be a contest about who does the best chili, and the best costume, and the best pumpkin carving. So you have a lot of opportunities to show your talent. Of course, you have to bring your own pumpkin. It's at 6 p.m. The potluck is at 6 p.m. And then the party begins. If you want more information, please contact Fred Nefeldan. And Ramananda John Welshons is going to come back with the wisdom of the hourglass. He's going to be here at the 9 and 11 a.m. services. And he's going to talk about conscious aging, embracing the inevitably of change. I guess that's an extra workshop with Patricia Hunt. And that is at 1:15. So he's going to do the two services, and it's going to be a workshop afterwards with Patricia. And the workshop is at 1:15. Okay, check the bulletin, that's always good. And this is when? November 4th. Great. Oh, great. And we also, on the Sunday, October 21st, we have another visioning exercise, because we did one in April, and we did the initial part of the visioning. So this is a follow-up visioning exercise in which we're going to energize the parts that we had covered last time. So be a part of the evolution of this ministry. Come ring with us at the Congregational Church Visioning Part 2. That's going to happen next Sunday at 12:30 in the sanctuary. I'm not sure it's going to be in the sanctuary or downstairs, because we need to work with board, so maybe downstairs. And now, the daily word, which is prosperity. Part of the prosperity cognitive of this story. I am grateful for the many ways prosperity expresses it in my life. My prosperity thoughts find expression in my life in many ways. I enjoy an abundance of love, peace, health, and happiness, and I pause regularly each day to appreciate my many blessings. The same blessings expressed whenever I focus my creative thinking on my finances. No matter what my ego mind may insist, I know that I have nothing to fear. I am one with divine mind, and fear has no place in my consciousness. I am guided quickly and easily with choices that will lead to financial prosperity in my life. In quiet moments of meditation throughout the day, I appreciate the ways in which my life is prospering now, and I call upon my gratitude to gently dissolve any sense of lack I might perceive. The point is this, as Father is saying. The one who sows sparingly will also reap sparingly, and the one who sows bountifully will also reap bountifully. 2 Corinthians 9:6.
my soul, a part of the perfect whole. My heart and my hands are serving a sacred plan. I know that it's true when all that I am comes down to you. I know that it's true. I know that I can rely on you. All that I am, all that I am, all that I am, gotta give to you. All that I am, all that I am, all that I am, gotta give to you. My thoughts and my mind belong to eternal time. My words and my song, you're writing them all alone. I know that it's true, and all that I am comes down to you. I know that it's true, I know that I can rely on you. All that I am, all that I am, all that I am, gotta give to you. All that I am, all that I am, all that I am, gotta give to you. So completely I surrender to the will of the highest power. So completely I remember all the love that my soul's created. So completely I surrender to the will of the highest power. So completely I remember all the love of my soul's creator. All that I am, gotta give to you. All that I am, all that I am, all that I am, gotta give to you. All that I am, all that I am, to the will of the highest power. All that I am, all that I am, all of my soul's creator. All that I am, all that I am, all that I am, gotta give to you.
Penny, Pete, Jerry, Reverend Roger, thank you so very much. And we celebrate them, we celebrate us, knowing that this is the day the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad. This is the day the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. Now, you 11 o'clockers, since thanks to Eve and the summer, there's some radical 9 o'clockers who still stand up, even though most of them don't. But I love the energy of both the 9 and the 11. So, in this loving energy, do we have anyone here for the very first time? Please make yourself known. Also, no, don't be shy, because we can give you a gift from our hearts. Well, welcome everyone. Thank you, Claude. Thank you, Sally, for being prepared to give our love to somebody. Know that you can constantly, oh, wait a minute. I'm so used to having someone raise their hands and then saying, well, since we're welcoming them, let us all welcome one another. So let us do that right now. Let us welcome one another. How are you feeling?
Not too bad.
It's good to see you again. Good to see you again. Oops. Oh, I didn't mean to almost elbow you. Yeah. Hey, Miss Beth. How are you feeling? Good. Hey, Marilyn. Well, glad to be here. Hey, Martha. I am wonderful, and yourself? Hi. And so, and so let us, let us say our statement of oneness together. The power of Christ's love now releases me from any sense of separation from spirit or others. There is only one presence and one power in my life and in the universe. That one is God, the good, omnipotent. And so it is. You may be seated. And let us prepare now for meditation, knowing that also we are a community who loves to pray. You already met some of our chaplains. Know that in front of you in the pew holder, there are a number of multicolored prayer request forms. And usually a diva or a diva Ginger over there is holding examples of what they look like. You're welcome to fill those out at any point in time during the service. Now, I will say something really quick. In the foyer, there is a white mailbox. I check it maybe every 3 months, and occasionally I'll find prayer requests in there. Now, we know and agree that prayer is always being answered, but it probably will be best for us to be able to pray with you if you put it into the wooden box on the wooden table right next to the white mailbox. So again, it's a beautiful wooden box. It has a dove, unity wings, and it says answer box. Please, please place them there. We'll be happy to pray with you. In the back of your bulletin are other opportunities of which we are honored to be able to pray with you via the phone, via email. We'll gather those up. We'll pray as a community, and then we send them off to Silent Unity, who will pray with you for an additional month, knowing God's will of good is with each and every one of us. And so now, I invite you to release and let go, and allow the music to mellow you into meditation. Let's prepare for meditation.
When I pray, I feel my heart go deeper. My heart go deeper into my heart, God. When I pray, I feel my heart go deeper. My heart go deeper.
Let us take this time to allow our hearts and our minds to go deeper. Let us open ourselves up to the powerful presence of God that is within us. If you haven't already, I invite you to close your eyes, knowing that God is around us. You are safe in this place. Unclasp your hands, lay your arms and your hands to your side. I invite you to place both feet on the ground and be in a stance of receiving the presence of God as life, as love, as peace. I invite you to place your focus on the tip of your nose, the edge of your nostrils as you breathe in. Breathing in the cool life, the presence of the beloved, feeling that life go in and through your nostrils, down your nose, and into your body. And as you exhale out the warmth of life coming from within you. Allow it to move up from your diaphragm, out through your mouth completely. Let's take 2 more deep breaths like that, focusing in on the coolness of life coming into you. Deep breaths going in all the way down, filling you up. And then as you release fully, releasing all the tensions and anxieties out of your body, up and out of your mouth. Last deep breath, breathing in the beauty, joy, and peace of life through your nose, feeling that coolness go in and throughout your body, and hold it. And release completely. Feeling your shoulders go down, feeling you go deeper into your God. Go back to your regular breath. Still concentrating on your breath in and out. And as you are breathing in and out, I invite you in your mind's eye, your imagination, to envision yourself standing barefoot on a shore, a body of water, a large body of water. Allow yourself to look out in the horizon, all the way where there is just a line between the water and the blue sky. And focus your attention just on that place. And allow that vastness of beauty just to bring you peace. Allow that beauty, absorb the beauty visually. Absorb it into your body. And as you breathe in and out, feel the waves echoing your breath. Feel the lap of the water of the shore gently sweep over your feet. And as the tide resides, just as you exhale, allow it to take away any anxiety, any tension. And then as you breathe, allow the gentle wave to come back, feeding you with its peace, its gentleness and coolness. And in this moment of silence, just enjoy the feeling of peace move in, through, and at you. And as you hear the call back, allow yourself to easily, feeling the waves against your bare feet, easily transition from the sandy beach to solid floor. Still breathing in and out, breathing in life and love, breathing out life and love. Allow the feeling of the floor beneath you ground you in this present moment. Allow that sensation to come up your legs. Invite that sensation by gently moving your toes, gently moving your legs. Allowing that sensation to continue to come up your hips, your waist. Still focusing on the breath. Coming in, coming out. Allow that vibration to move up your body, up your torso. Taking 3 more deep breaths in, but of life and love. Breathing in God's life and love. Breathing life and love back out into the world. Another deep breath in, breathing in God's life and love, bringing your shoulders gently up, holding it, and releasing light and love back into the world, bringing shoulders down. One more time, breathing in deeply, bringing shoulders gently up, and holding it, and release. Then go back into your regular patterns, your natural pattern of breathing. Gently moving your head, your fingers. Allowing yourself to just feel totally back in your body. And when you are ready, I invite you to open your eyes, and when you are ready, we invite you to join us in song.
voices in my head. I am not the pieces of the brokenness inside. I am light. 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 I'm not the mistakes that I have made, or any of the things that cause me pain. I am not the pieces of the dream I left behind.
the God on the inside. I am a star, piece of it all. I am light.
Being a part of the family. Thank you, Terry. And he married the daughter. And while he was there, he became a shepherd. And we learned from this, and that's pretty much where we stopped off. We found out that he went to the wilderness. He found a bush that was burning, but it wasn't consumed. Found out it was God speaking to him. And God gave him a call to free the Israelites, to free his people. And what we know thus far of this, if you haven't been here for the last 3 or 4 weeks, is that we realize at the beginning, God says, don't step any further. He's talking to Moses. Moses is that aspect of the extraction of the aspects of your life that we're thinking that are good. He's extracted some things in that he killed someone, but he also can extract greatness and consciousness. And so this Moses came to the burning bush, and the burning bush said, take off your sandals because you are on holy land. We find out that actually holy land is not a place somewhere outside of us, that we are the holy, sacred land. And that we are the burning bush. And that within us is a passion, is a love for life and for greatness that burns within us, that is also known as the divine child, the divine idea, the Christ, the Jehovah, the superb and the divine man. And within us, each and every one of us, is this I am spirit. And of course, Moses, just as each and every one of us goes up, Moses comes to this land, to this burning bush. And the burning bush says, go, free your people. And of course, Moses says, who, me? I'm not the one. Who, me? And we learn that you are the one. We all are the one because we've been given a call. We have been given a call in that aspect to free our people, to free ourselves from the slavery, because God within us tells us to free ourselves from the bondage of enslavement. And also we get the call to free everyone else, go out and free everyone else who is enslaved and in bondage. Because, as I told with the Bodhisattva, the Zen or the Buddhist Bodhisattva, there's a Bodhisattva who tried to ascend to greatness, to enlightenment. He found that he could not ascend unless we all ascended. No one person can truly ascend because we are one another. I am you, you are me. We are each other. And so the call is to free one another. And so where we are at now in this beautiful story is where Moses goes, okay, well, if I say go to the Israelites, well, let me read it to you. I like to dramatize it, but I'll read it to you. But Moses said to God, if I come to the Israelites and say to them, the God of your ancestors has sent me to you, and they ask me, what is his name? What shall I say to them? I can imagine Moses looking at a burning bush going, God said to Moses, I am who I am. He said further, being God, thus you shall say to the Israelites, I am, has sent me to you. Thus you shall say to the Israelites, the Lord, the God of your ancestors, the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, the God of Jacob, has sent me to you. Know that this is my name forever, and this is my title for all generations. I am. This is a powerful statement because I bring up this scripture quite a bit with you. And unity, out of all of the Old Testament, out of all of the Jewish Bible, the Fillmores anchored in on this statement, that here Moses comes and asks, has the courage to ask, and maybe it was the fear of him trying to get out of it. Either way, he asks the name, and this is the only place in the Bible where the Lord says his name, and the name is I am. And it is a sacred name. It is a divine name. And it is a name that God has always had, that Jehovah has always had, the Christ consciousness has always had, that the God of our knowing has always had. I am. And that I am has been given to us as the divine man, as the sacred man. And so this passage says not only have we been called to move ourselves and to move our sisters and brothers out of enslavement, the way we do this is to know that the presence and the power of the Spirit of the divine idea of the Most High is with us at all times, guiding us, moving us to be free. And then all we have to do is be open and receptive to this, that which is within each and every one of us. To know that I am is there. To know that we do have the power. But so many times we don't want the power. You know, I go back to Marianne Williamson's quote that I love. You'll hear it, you've heard it many times. You'll hear it from me again. Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful, but we keep getting ousted in our power. We keep wanting to give our power away. And who can really blame us? That's the way we've all been taught, yes? I mean, we are lucky to be in a generation where it's shifting, it's moving. That we are, even in Christianity, I was looking up I am quotes, and by God, Joel Osteen has a book, I Am. Well, what a talk. I am is powerful because throughout all of the world, more and more we realize that I am are the two most powerful words in any language, because it is the language of our truth as Christed beings. It is the language of that which we will always manifest. God has no idea of what is good and bad. God created everything. We're the judge of that. God is our 100% creation. Whatever we put I am in front of, we will create. And know that anything that you now put your I am on, be conscious that it is your name. It is your divinity. It is your power. I want to introduce you to a woman by the name of Amarita Ross. Oh, I'm sorry, Armanita Ross. And she was born enslaved. And when she was a young woman, she escaped. And when she escaped, after escaping, she said these words: I had crossed the line. I was free, but there was no one to welcome me to the land of freedom. I was a stranger in a strange land. She was being called, just like Moses. Something within inside her knew that she could not be free on her own, that she had to do something. So for 10 years, in secret, she would go back and forth between freedom and the fear of being enslaved again, and she rescued over 300 enslaved of her people. She said these words: I think slavery is the next thing to hell. For if a person would send another into bondage, he would, it appears to me, be bad enough to send him into hell as could. Well, Armanita couldn't allow that to happen to herself, anyone she loved. So she helped to create routes that allowed her to move people into their own freedom. She said to the Lord, I'm going to hold steady onto you, Lord, and I know you'll see me through. And Lord, she says, saw her through until her land and her people had a war. And this woman, this strong woman who knew that she, like a bodhisattva, she could not be enlightened. She couldn't ascend until all of her people, until everyone ascended. She became a spy. And she became a nurse so that she could be a bigger conduit, a greater help, so that no one would be enslaved. And after the war, she moved forward. And she said these things as she continued her mission. Every great dream begins with a dreamer. Always remember you have within you the strength, the patience, and the passion to reach for the stars, to change the world. Each and every one of us has the passion, has the peace, has within us that Christ said, I am within us, as us, to change the world. From that which is hell, from that which is hellacious, from that which our brothers and sisters want to enslave us, where parts of us want to enslave one another. Moves us to that, to heaven on earth. You might actually know Armanita Ross from a different name. Armanita took her mother's name, Harriet Ross. And then, years later, she married a free slave by the name of John Tubman. And so, Harriet Tubman is known as the Moses of her people. She, just like Moses of the Bible, had an affliction. In Exodus 4, I think it's 4:10, it speaks to Moses, how Moses, as I think we all do, we hear the Spirit of God saying, you can do it, I'll be with you. And then we go, who, me again? And we find an excuse within him. Moses' excuse was he had a speech impediment. Thought no one would listen to her. Harriet Tubman had an impediment where she was hit in the head as a child. And occasionally she would go unconscious. Can you imagine running through the woods, hearing dogs behind you, having 10, 20, 15 people that you're carrying across? And she goes unconscious for hours, for days, for a week. And yet there is a quote where she says, I was the only conductor that never went away from her, who never disrailed. And I always got every single last person to their destination. See, beloveds, it isn't just Moses of the Bible. It isn't just Harriet Tubman. It isn't just the spiritual gurus of today who are teaching us, the Fillmores, Dalai Lama, any number of people who are teaching us and telling us that we no longer need to be enslaved. It is within each and every one of us. It is our call. It is the truth of who we are. To finally embrace the I am truth, that Christ consciousness within ourselves. No, it is always within us, guiding us, protecting us, allowing us, and wanting us to have heaven here on earth. If only we just allow ourselves to open up to the truth, to see it in ourselves, and to see it in each and every brother and sister. Know that we are constantly evolving into a greater expression of our divine self. We are constantly, if we allow it, we can block it. We are constantly, consciously, hopefully, evolving into a greater expression of our divine self. Let's make that personal. Will you repeat that after me in the first person? I am ever evolving into a greater expression of my divine self. How does that feel to you? You know, it feels good. I heard it from some loud people. I'm hearing some kind of faces like, and you know, this from here is to be expected. You know, because once we embrace that divine self, we've been taught for so many years. We're in that cross generation, aren't we? But how many of us have been taught, don't think too much of yourself? How many poisons have we received from our family, from our teachers, from our bosses when we're striving to do our best? You think you're better than us, don't you? How many times have we been trying to raise up and to reach that star only to have someone try to knock us down? How many times have we looked at Jesus Christ's story and said, wow, well, he tried to live a truth and tried to tell all of us, and what happened to Jesus? He was crucified. And so are we every time we seem to want to think better of ourselves. It's time for us to know that we are great, that we are greatness, that greatness is within us, that the Christ self is within us. The shift is not to know that you are the only one. See, that's the trick. Know that we are all it, that we are all powerful beyond our wildest dreams. We are all greatness, unfolding individually in our own greatness because God is infinite and we are expressions of the infinite aspects of God. We just need to embrace it and appreciate it and see it in each and every one of us. And so let us continue to know this, to be this, and know that I am, that I am. You are that you are. If you want another affirmation, I invite you to know this biblical truth as well. I am the light of the world. Let's say that together. I am the light of the world. Let's breathe that in. Let's see the heaviness or darkness that might surround us at times just fade away. Know deep within us, feel that passion of the burning bush shine brightly within us and outside of us. Let's say this again. I am the light of the world. Yes, you are. So it is. Amen. Amen.
You ask, who am your sandals. Behold the holy flame. The truth is burning bright. In the deep we are the same. I am that I am, one spirit, one name. I am that I am. I am that I am. We shall see the sons and the daughters of man dance free. And we shall see it now, this very hour. Claim our name and feel the power of kindness. Behold the power of kindness. Behold the power of kindness.
This is the dancing part. Woo!
Come close, beloved. Lay down your sword and breathe. Only the eyes of love can bring hatred to its knees. Angels shout with joy the moment we see. I am that I am. I am that I am. We shall see the lion lay down with the lamb in peace. And we shall see it now, this very hour. Claim our name and feel the power of kindness. Behold the power of kindness. Behold the power of kindness. We shall see the lion lay down with the lamb in peace.
I was like, you have to sing this. And they were like, I don't know. And then some way, somehow, they were able to do it. So thank you very much, Roger. Reverend Roger, thank you for making the space for it. And so this is our time for offering, but something I neglected to do in the announcements, I just want to do it really quickly. Because honestly, it's been off and on announced this, but we had a shift in our board of trustees. And so Elaine Lasda had some abundant greatness happen to her, which allowed her not to be able to complete her time with the board. So our alternate, Dave Farrell, is now a formal member of the Board of Trustees. And as we looked high and low, as we discerned and thought in our heart as a board, who would be perfect, there was a particular name that kept popping up. And we kept hearing, Terry Bailey. And we said, he's kind of busy, but we kept hearing Terry Bailey. And so, our beloved president asked Terry Bailey if he would choose to be our alternate. And Terry Bailey said, yes. Terry, would you stand up and meet our new board alternate? Thank you so very much, kind sir. And just in the spirit of giving, as he continues to give his love as a board of trustee and lead of the audio video, we ask you to give that same love and attention as we go forward in our offering. I think most of you know I love to put my offering to my heart, give it that extra love juice. However you want to bless the offering, it's up to you. As a ministry, we just ask that you pour love and gratitude in it, and let us say our offertory statement together. Divine love flowing through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. We are blessed to know that Spirit is our source. Thank you, Mother, Father, God. And so it is. Amen.
And really quickly, I just want to hijack the mic for a second. This is Will's CD. It's in the bookstore. You can buy it yourself. Has a lot of good stuff on it. So feel free to pick it up there.
Thank you, Pete.
How can I serve today, sweet Spirit? How can I serve today, oh Lord? Speak in ways that I can understand. Where you lead me, I will follow. Where you lead me, I will go. How can I serve today, sweet Spirit? How can I serve today, oh Lord? Oh Lord, speak in ways that I will understand. Where you lead me, I will follow. Where you lead me, I will go. Who needs my love today, sweet Spirit? Who needs my love today? Oh Lord, speak in ways that I will understand. Where you lead me, I will follow. Where you lead me, I will go. Where must I share today, sweet Spirit? Where must I share today, oh Lord? Speak in ways that I will understand. Where you lead me, I will follow. Where you lead me, I will go. Where you lead me, I will follow. Where you lead me, I will go. Where you lead me, I will follow. Where you lead me, I will go.
Reverend Roger Mock, the voice. Pete, Penny, thank you so very much.
My name is Jerry, actually.
Also known as Jerry. And so, everyone knows that we like to bring the energy, the vibration, the love up. We do that by bringing our energy, by moving our hands, and then as a community, all of us blessing this offering. Thanking God, Spirit, universal love, for the blessings that have been given to each and every person here, each and every person in YouTube, each and every person that's a part of this community, providing them with everything that they need so they have a want to shine brighter and to share and shine brighter here. We bless these offerings, not of the money, yes, but also of the service that they give, the light and the vibration that they bring, of the love that they are. We openly as a community share our resources of all this beauty to one another through this neighborhood, the city, the state, this nation, this world. Thank you, sweet Spirit, for moving in, through, and as us. Amen.
Amen.
I invite you to join hands. When